The two key phrases of the management by objective systems are the objectives and the key result.
So key results is again a milestone, okay, and KPI is something really different. So we were talking about OKR. How many have you heard about OKR?
What I learned was objective and key results.
So objective is very clear, like what you want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
That is very much clear. But the most of the confusion comes from key results. Would you like to explain what could be the key result?
The key results would be the metrics that would support.
Yeah, even I was in the impression. And we will listen from exactly who has actually founded OKR, right? Like who actually came up with the OKR idea. So let's watch that video and let's understand from him only, like what is.
The two key phrases of the management by objective systems are the objectives, and they match the two purposes. The objective is the direction. We want to dominate the mid-range microcomputer component business. That's an objective. That's where we want to go. Key results for this quarter, win 10 new designs for the 8085 is one key result. It's a milestone. The two are not the same, but that's the first milestone that in the next time period we can pass, that we can measure. The key result has to be measured, but at the end you can look and without any arguments say, did I do that or did I not do it? Yes, no. Simple. No judgments in it. Now, did we dominate the mid-range microcomputer business? Then, that's for us to argue in the years to come. But over the next quarter, we're going to know whether we've won 10 new designs or not. So the objectives is, that's where we want to go. The key results are milestones, and the milestones are only useful if you can see that you're passed or not passed. You don't maybe pass milestones.
Yeah, key result, actually, we were also thinking like those are the metrics, but he's saying like it's a progressive milestones that are we going in the right direction?
Yeah. So, by the way, who is that guy? Andy Grove. He was CEO of Intel, and that was shot in 1978, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he was using that kind of a projector, which we used to keep a slide there, and it will just project the image of that slide. I noticed.
Yeah. So now you understand what is key result. It is not the key performance indicators. So it is actually a milestone or objective that you feel like, okay, if we achieve this, that means we are in that direction, or if we are, otherwise we are not. It's simple yes or no.
So go on.
Sorry. Okay. So I was saying it makes sense, but then what part does the KPI play in?
Yes, exactly. Even I was curious about it. Like, then what is the KPI doing, right? So generally people get mixed up with objective key results and they bring in KPI in place of key results. No, it is not. So key results is again a milestone, okay, and KPI is something really different. Like, so how will you know that key result is achieved or not? So that is where KPI comes into picture. It's not tied to the objective. It's actually tied to the next immediate direction that we have, and we see the performance indicators to prove that whether our milestone has reached or not. So OKRs are more of business oriented, and KPIs are more of product metric that checks the reality, and it is aligned with the key result that we are trying to achieve. So characteristic of a good OKR is something that we'll understand. Like, it has to be focused, measurable, transparent, ambitious, yet achievable. So generally, anything that is not measured is not an objective. Okay, anything that cannot be measured is not an objective. So you tell like good apple, but good apple. In what sense? You have to measure it, right? So you should always have a good apple sizes this much, weighs this much, and it will have this color. So that is the metric that you should follow to identify a good apple. Okay. So when you are talking about objectives, and when you are telling about key results or a direction that you are going, the KPIs that you are talking about the direction should be measured. Okay. So if you say like in next 2 years I will have happy customers, so that is not the result that you are trying to achieve. Happy customer, what do you mean by happy customer, right? So then you have to see like, okay, if I have CSAT score or NPS score of this much, then I consider it as a happy customer. Then you feel like, okay, fine, now I know what you are talking, and let's see to this after 2 years. Okay. So objective setting and key result setting is in itself is a big task. Okay. So every year there will be tactical goal setting and strategical goal setting meetings, which happens once in a year, and you have to be clear on how we are progressing. So suppose if you see like launching a new product, for an example, okay, launching a new app, new budgeting app successfully. So that is an objective. But how will you lead to this point? So develop and release the MVP by Q2. Gain 5,000 users within the first 90 days. Achieve a 4.5 plus star rating on App Store. If you achieve these three, that means you have achieved your objective. If you talk about satisfaction, improve customer satisfaction, the key results are increase NPS from 45 to 60 within 6 months. Okay, that could be one key result. And reduce average customer support response time, and increase repeat user rate by 25%. So this all are going to tell the same thing, like we have happy customers.
Hadar, I have a doubt. Can you please explain in a more simpler term difference between KPI and key results? I'm getting confused between the two. Or how are they interrelated? Yeah.
Maybe I'll show through. Okay. Now let's try to understand the business goal. Okay. So the business goal is to achieve 20% higher revenue compared to last year on year. Okay. For the year 2025. Okay. So as of now, in 2024, they are earning about 1 crore, suppose. So in the next year, the target is about 1 crore 20 lakhs. Okay. So this is the business goal. So now you have product, right? So in the product, the objective is to have a higher revenue from alternate streams, which results in 20% revenue growth. Okay. So then suppose this is the objective that we have. So have higher revenue, alternate streams, which results in 20% higher revenue growth. So then you have key result. So where key result that you want to achieve is like a launch, like a increase downloads by 100%. Okay, that increase CTR click-through ratio on by feature. Okay, suppose by 30% or something like that. Okay, and then there could be another key result or direction that we will be thinking about is by 50%. Okay. So now if you see, right, if you want to achieve any objective, there is no one way of looking at it. Okay, there are multiple ways of looking at it, and the objective, that business objective and the product objective, right? So through product you want to achieve 20% higher revenue growth. So you have to increase your downloads by 100%, and you have to increase your CTR by 30%. Like if you have buy or sell, okay. So one should click on that. Like compared to last year, it should be 30% higher. Okay, and then increase customer so when you increase the customer satisfaction rate, that means there will be more happy customers who will be doing these two, which will enable you to achieve these two milestones, which will lead to word of mouth or whatever, right? So these are the milestones that you want to achieve. And now the KPI, if you see the downloads, okay, is the KPI, the key performance indicator that you will be looking at. Okay, downloads, number of downloads. Here the KPI that you are looking at is the click through ratio. Okay, so here the KPI that you are looking at is the satisfaction score. Okay, the number of downloads, it's itself it can be further coming from multiple metrics that are happening, like website page visits. Okay, so when they visit our website page, then they are going to download, right? So you have to see that, and possibly we can see advertisement clicks or CPM rate. So how are our advertisements working? So now you see a kind of a relation between all of this. So by the result of these metrics, your key performance indicator will function, and by the result of this key performance indicator, your achievement will happen, and by the result of this, the objective will be achieved or not. We were missing the point was, yes, we were thinking like this was not there.
Exactly.
So we were directly jumping from objective to key results, in the sense it's KPI. No, it is not. It is there is an intermediate step